Okay, so I seen Unique just uploaded this. Brendan Schaub complains about moving to Texas, and it's so obvious. He only moved there to follow the crowd. Brendan Schaub being a follower and not a leader, that's so unlike him. So let's get started.
It is June 9th, 9:30 a.m. in humid, beautiful Austin, Texas. Here we are, kids. Still doing some tweaks here and there on the studio, but it is coming together, man. This thing's a rocking and a cruising. This thing is a cruising. Thanks for coming along on this journey.
Oh, he's always been a music guy. A rockin' and it's called rock and... Dude, are you freaking kidding me? Like, even people who aren't into music somehow know it's rock and roll. It's like, that's probably one of the most American sayings. And you, like, rocking and cruising. Brendan, your brain doesn't work no good, does it?
All the way to Austin, Texas. One thing they didn't tell me about when I moved here is there's tarantula hawks.
Deer.
You ever seen a tarantula hawk, Chin?
I saw them. We always like Googled them. They look gigantic.
We talked about them on Fire and the Kid. You know, our boy Coyote Peterson got bit by one on the scale of pain. They do it.
He's the greatest. Him and Brennan talk every day. But you know what I just thought about? If I had a producer, which everything is made by me, whether it's obvious to you or not. Yeah, I do have a producer, right? I have a whole team. It's sort of weird because how often do you talk to them? And to a certain point, why not just bring them on camera?
It's the Schmidt scale from 1 to 4. It's a 4. It's a 4. The Executioner Wasp did beat it. I think maybe the Bullet Ant, but it's up there. It's up there.
Wash.
Yesterday, me and my family chilling in the living room. Donnie was outside doing whatever dogs do outside. And I thought it was a grasshopper. My girl's like, "Oh my God, what is that?" I'm like, "It looks like a drone." I think you got a hold of a drone.
I could never imagine calling my girlfriend my girl, but especially your wife, saying, "Oh, my girl." Like, no one says that.
And so we go out. I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "No, it's fine. It's just grasshopper. You can play with the grasshopper." I keep looking. I'm like, that thing has like abs. Clearly a TRT wasp.
How is that a
It was
grasshopper?
gnarly looking. The big, 4 inches probably, 3.5. It's huge.
Scary.
Huge. So definitely could have killed Donnie. Better him than the kids. Kids were in the pool. And they're like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Get back in the pool." It was like freaking pure chaos. I couldn't, it was either him or the dog, man. And I chose the dog. So I had to take that freaking TRT wasp out, man. And I hit him with a shoe and he just bring it. And then finally I got him.
I'd be too freaked out to freaking hit it because if I mess up,
oh yeah, you hit him and you know when you hit most bugs, it's like it's game over. The splat, not this one, bro. He was wobbled though. I had him out on his feet, but he's like, "Oh God, what's happening?" And then the second one really did him in. But it was a fight. It was a fight. Nobody told me that. And then my thinking goes, okay, it's a tarantula hawk. What's he doing out here?
Hair. You know what I just noticed? Brennan said, "Nobody told me that," which, why would they? They don't owe you an explanation, but this is Brendan deflecting responsibility. Instead of saying, "I should have looked up on the dangers of Texas," he's blaming everyone else but himself. They should have told me instead of, "I should have done some research into this." Refuses to take accountability for anything.
Oh, well, they only eat tarantulas. So that means there's tarantulas near the house. I'll take a nice furry tarantula. That doesn't bother me. Better than black widows all up in LA. I had black widows up there, wazoo. But that tarantula hawk, that thing was scary. You look into them though, they're pretty chill. Probably should have killed them. I was just, with a kid, it's right there, right on our deck. You can't have it. I hate killing anything, but you can't have tarantula hawks just chilling. Can't have it.
Not even bees or wasps. I don't like them.
Nah, we had the exterminator come because there was like a bunch of scorpions too. Like when you have kids, you can't have it.
Scorpions for sure.
It was just me, man. Let it ride. I like Jumanji style. I like to be on my keep me on my toes when I walk outside. But tarantula hawk, I can't have it. I can't have it. I was proud of him though. The thing was tough, man. That thing was freaking tough. Went to a great car show. The car scene here is wild, man. These boys are all about power out here. It's just all about crazy ass horsepower. Almost too much for me, but it's great. It's great. And then the fights, first pay-per-view, first major card.
Schaub hates Texas so much that even the car show is almost too much for him. So already complaining about having to move to Austin, Texas. Remember, Brian Callen was moving to Austin, Texas, was going to leave Brendan Schaub and go do a residency at the Comedy Mothership. And Brendan Schaub said, nah, I'm not letting you get away like Theo Von did, and followed him down there. Chin moved down there. Chin, the producer, is now homeless. So Brendan Schaub is in Texas, and him and his wife are miserable living down there. They are LA wannabe celebrities. And now everything in every show is probably going to be him complaining about Texas. I guarantee you 6 months from now, when Callen stops doing the podcast, Schaub's going to be like, man, I miss LA. He's already saying he's missing LA on some stuff. But what he got? Tarantulas, wasps, and scorpions? Did he buy a house or a medieval castle? What's going on with it? Alligators and hippos and dragons? Like, why were there a bunch of scorpions in the mansion he got? I know it's Texas, but I don't think there's scorpions in mega mansions in Texas, so that might just be a him thing. But this move was pathetic. It was sad, but I think his dad cut off the allowance, and he was supposed to downgrade going down there, and he's probably figuring, hey, things will be a lot cheaper. Although I heard from someone in my comments that he moved to a section like Austin, like starting to get a little bit more expensive, especially with all the LA and New York and other out-of-state people coming in and moving there. But it doesn't have the LA amenities, so like his wife is miserable. She's not driving her Lamborghini to the Starbucks or to any trendy places. She has to walk a dog. And like, me and you would be like, hey, we get to live in a mansion in Texas. But you have to understand, him and his wife, they came from a much better mansion in LA, and now they're in one in Texas. Nobody knows him in Texas. Everyone assumes his wife is a nanny because she's Mexican.
You know what I just thought about was how Unique was like, oh, like they're wannabe famous, which, okay, I get it completely. But the thing is I do stuff. I make these videos, I play guitar. I guess I'm a content creator, influencer. I never thought I would see the day, but here I am, and I'm a rockin' and a cruisin'.
They probably assume that in LA too, but something tells me a little more diversity in Los Angeles rather than Austin, Texas. But and by the way, his studio looks like trash. Look at what are those curtains hanging up back there? They put down a carpet. Oh yeah, you know why? Because he's on the upper deck shooting stuff. So I think they got the wall going. That's probably hiding the stairs up, and those curtains are probably hiding stuff. And you got that thing that says the Schaub Show.
Yeah, honestly, I like the lights, I like the colors, but looking at this now, I am legit starting to feel bad for him because, I mean, like this is such a downgrade. It really is. It looks plain. It looks unmotivated. It looks sad. This is a very sad state of affairs Brendan has found himself in. But it was all completely unnecessary. Even if the fighter and the kid had to end, well, he still had the golden hour. A lot of famous people do live in LA, at least I think. But though, if you're going to be part of the comedy scene, it seems like Austin, Texas is really where it's at.
And a YouTube plaque, as if he actually earned 100,000 subscribers. This is pathetic. Of course, he's got a Diet Coke. He looks like Camel Joe. Nobody likes him. Everyone's trying to move away from him, and now he's just getting on airplanes and following people. He wishes he had addies and baddies down there.
Me too.
Did they really name their dog Donnie, by the way? Let me guess, after Trump.
I guess what I was thinking.
It's just pathetic. It truly is just pathetic. Look at the way he's sitting. Oh, Schaub is an ugly dude. But, yeah, so he's already complaining about Texas. He hates the move. He's going to fake it as long as he can. But even when he's faking it, he's still kind of like, this place is trash.
Big ups to Unique for the video. And it is so funny. You sound just like me being a straight hater. He's ugly. He has no friends. Nobody likes it. This is like the petty stuff that I say. His hair is stupid. But, Unique, you have reasons for not liking him. Totally valid reasons. More valid reasons than what I have, certainly. And what can you say besides he's done it to himself?